Welcome to the media in the United Kingdom. In this short video you will find brief and explicit content regarding this topic. We will talk about tabloids like The Sun, broadsheets like The Guardian, and some of the most important TV networks like the BBC or ITV.
More people read newspapers in Britain than in any other country in the world. Not only do the British buy a morning national newspaper, but also a local evening newspaper. The first regular English daily newspaper, the Daily Courant, was published in 1702, although it has appeared as far back as 1621. The Belfast News, which started in 1737, is the world's longest surviving newspaper. The most famous English newspaper is The Times. This is the newspaper of the establishment. During the Second World War, it was asked by the British government to publish a fake story to confuse the Germans. Even with the nation in peril, the editor refused to publish something he knew was untrue. Curiously, The Times is owned by the same company as England's best-selling newspaper, The Sun, a newspaper written for people with a reading age of 13. It is famous not for news, but for photos of semi-naked women and tasteless headlines. British newspapers are divided into two groups, broadsheets and tabloids. Tabloids are themselves divided into red tops and black tops. Broadsheets were always the respectable intellectual papers such as The Independent and the Daily Telegraph. Two former broadsheets, The Times and The Guardian, have now adopted, respectively, the tabloid and Berliner format. The letters to the editor pages of these papers can be a good guide to the current concerns of the influential people in British society, the movers and shakers, as they are known. Traditional tabloids, so-called because they are small, do not overly concern themselves with high matters. Their main reference points are television, celebrity and sport. The tabloids whose names are printed in red ink, the red tops, are known as the gutter press. Here is a slightly comical analysis of who reads which paper. The Times is read by the people who run the country. The Daily Mirror is read by people who think they run the country. The Guardian is read by people who think they ought to run the country. The Morning Star is read by the people who think the country ought to be run by another country. The Daily Mail is read by the partners of the people who own the country. The Financial Times is read by the people who own the country. The Daily Express is read by the people who think the country ought to be run as it used to be. The Daily Telegraph is read by the people who think it still is. The Sun is read by people who don't care who runs the country, as long as she's pretty.
As you can see, tabloids were explained as sensationalist and are aimed to people in the working class with low education. Broadsheets, on the other hand, are aimed to those with a high educational prestige. And now we will pass through another topic, which is the media in the internet and how it affects other media like TV, radio and newspapers.
A video revolution is taking place on the internet, and the entertainment industry is having to change radically to keep up. The website YouTube is one of a number of sites where millions of people are publishing and sharing their own movies. Now YouTube is planning to publish every music video ever made for free.
From teenagers making comic videos in their bedrooms, to this woman filming herself every day for 3 years. Self-published video is a new phenomenon, and for a digital generation abandoning traditional media to share their own work, the YouTube website is their playground. YouTube was only created last year, but already 20 million people a month are visiting, and every day 65,000 new videos are uploaded here. Already the site's changing the way people use the media.
So it's much more about media on your terms, which I think is the appeal for young people, and also the ability to sift through this whole plethora of choice of programming or content and actually find the stuff that's really relevant to you.
But YouTube and traditional media are coming together. Commercials are on the site, some put up by users, others by companies trying them out with a new audience. And there are plenty of professional music videos. Now YouTube's founders are talking to record companies about making all their videos available online for nothing. An industry which used to sue sites like this now wants to work with them. YouTube is part of a wider phenomenon where the internet is transforming the way people consume music, TV, films, news and so on. And the traditional media companies are struggling to respond.
I think big media companies shouldn't just leap to assume that this is going to be damaging to them. They've just got to be much smarter in thinking how they can actually use these new types of distribution channels.
It may look like trivia, but the YouTube generation is already having a serious impact on the way the media work. Rory.
Well, that's it. Hopefully this video, along with the explanation that Leah and I are going to say, will help you understand this chapter called The Media better. Thank you very much, and now a pointless and meaningless image of a cute kitty.